In this video, we're going to use this template to demonstrate how you make money via multiple arbitrage with a private equity roll-up strategy. Multiple arbitrage is about as sexy as private equity gets. It's a fancy way of expressing a simple concept: acquiring a business at an attractive multiple of earnings and selling it at a much higher multiple of earnings. A private equity roll-up is the process of acquiring and merging multiple smaller businesses in the same industry into one larger consolidated company. And this strategy is attractive because the market generally rewards scale with a higher valuation. More specifically, the market is generally willing to pay a higher multiple of EBITDA to acquire a larger business. This means that the private equity firm or independent sponsor behind the roll-up is likely to benefit from multiple arbitrage at exit. And there are additional benefits to roll-ups, including economies of scale and cross-selling, but multiple arbitrage is one of the strongest value drivers. So how does this typically work? To initiate a roll-up strategy, many sponsors will first identify an ideal platform company with an excellent management team. This platform is generally purchased at a higher multiple of EBITDA than the smaller businesses that follow. But once an add-on acquisition has been successfully integrated, the combined platform's earnings are valued at the combined higher multiple. We're going to explore how this process works by looking at 4 acquisitions, including a platform and 3 add-on acquisitions. Now, most roll-ups take time. A private equity firm will identify an attractive platform and then source add-on acquisition targets to create scale over the course of the hold period. But we're going to condense the timeline to a single day to demonstrate the power of multiple arbitrage. So first, we have to buy a platform. Our platform has $10 million of EBITDA, and we are buying it for 10 times EBITDA. This is extremely important because the market generally rewards scale with a higher multiple. Next, we're going to identify our acquisition targets. We have 3. The first one has 3.5 million of EBITDA, and we're buying it for 5 times EBITDA. The next one has 2.5 million of EBITDA, and we're buying it for 4.5 times. And the last one has 4 million of EBITDA, and we're buying it for 5 times. In aggregate, that's another $10 million of EBITDA, but we're buying this EBITDA for less than half of what we paid for the larger platform. And that's also enormously important. These add-on acquisitions aren't running through the model yet. And before we show the result, let's explore how we finance these acquisitions. Now, down here, we're calculating the amount of debt available to finance the transaction as 50% of the combined platform's enterprise value. So when we show the first add-on acquisition, you'll notice that now the parent company has 13.5 million of EBITDA, and it's still valued at 10 times EBITDA. So you can acquire this company without using any additional equity. So we have $118 million in our capital stack, but the combined platform is worth $135 million. Pretty awesome. Next, we will repeat this process for acquisitions 2 and 3. By the time you're done, you have deployed $149 million of debt and equity to create an enterprise value of $200 million. But what's even more impressive is the fact that the combined scale allowed you to make all of these acquisitions with debt. Recall that the amount of debt available for the combined platform is equal to 50% of its enterprise value. The formula for this is pretty simple. First, in the row titled Capital Raise for Add-on, we link to enterprise value above. Then for debt financing available, we use a simple min function to determine the amount of debt available to finance the purchase. Since we're buying add-on EBITDA for less than half the multiple of the combined platform, this allows us to finance everything with debt. So if you just look at equity invested, you'll see that your equity value doubles. By only taking advantage of multiple arbitrage, you have already created a return of 2 times the capital invested. Now, it's important to note that this works because of the multiple paid for the smaller acquisitions. If you were to pay a steep multiple of, let's say, 15 times EBITDA, then the magic is lost. If the combined platform is still only valued at 10 times EBITDA, then you'll see that capital invested is now greater than the company's enterprise value, which is awful because it means you're unlikely to get your capital back absent some unexpected and fantastic financial performance. But so long as the add-on acquisition multiples are lower than the multiple assigned to the combined entity, then you're going to see this benefit. Now, to be clear, this example ignores the amount of time and effort that goes into sourcing, closing, and integrating transactions. But that also allows us to eliminate variables like interest expense and debt amortization, which makes it easier to focus on the benefits of multiple expansion. All right, team. Hope you found the exercise helpful. You can download the template at asimplemodel.com. And if you're interested in learning more about private equity transactions, please check out the private equity training curriculum.